the clouds and forget.
horizon lights up in the palm of my hands. I reach out to grab the edge. Was it a reaction to the rainfall that made the lights reflect overhead? Whisper something sweet over the city to counter the bitter air. I will be listening for you. The chains were too hard to bear. I believe there's a place where I belong, and you do too. It's not far away. If only you were true. I believe that the waves won't take me down when I'm not alone. I cannot come back this time. I'm not coming now that I've been long gone. Have you missed me at all? The road home shatters and I feel the pressure of direction taking over me. If I'm moving through space in an endless night, it's you that set me free. I believe there's a place where I belong, and you do too. It's not far away. If only it were true. I believe that the waves won't take me down when I'm not alone. I cannot come back this time. I'm not coming home.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Disconcur here, and welcome to episode 3 of Heroes Untapped, the only show where we talk about ANZ Heroes of the Storm, the only show that talks about it. Joining me on the show tonight is my great co-host and a good friend, Blank Hots. Blank Hots, good sir. How are you this week?
I'm fantastic, Disco. Had a bit of a minor scare last night when Brisbane was hit by a phenomenal storm, knocking out power from 6:30 p.m. till about 3 a.m.
Yep.
So myself, Beyond, and Newt Guardian were sitting around our little coffee table under one little candle, watching the HGC Korea on a mobile phone. It was phenomenal.
Nice. Dedication.
But it was the only HOTS kind of interaction we could get while we had no power.
Yep.
But we have some amazing guests tonight, Disco. Unfortunately, Booty Hots couldn't join us due to unforeseen circumstances. But we do have Poop Steve.
Poop Steve, good sir. How are you going this night? How are you? How are you?
I'm feeling tremendous. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm not too bad myself. So what's Heroes of the Storm like?
It's a great game.
said with such conviction. I love it. Was not forced to say that whatsoever. And also joining us, Poop Steve has taken over. Well, hasn't taken for everyone. He was here originally. Should say Steve, however. But fan favorite, let me see if I say it again, has come back onto the show. Ice boiled water. How are you this evening, good sir?
Hello, I'm fine. Not that bad.
Could be better, could be worse.
Can be worse.
How's the outlaw roster? How's the outlaw roster treating you? More importantly, Icebold, how's the new captain going?
Your captain, Lahore. He nearly dead because Panda don't want to feed him McDonald's last night. So, just some inside information there. So
Didn't want to. I remember a couple of weeks ago, Lahal was asking questions on one of the streams, saying like, "Is there anything wrong with getting McDonald's at midnight or something like that?" I think it was Steve. What are your thoughts? This is a very important topical ANZ discussion here. Macca's at midnight. Is it safe or is it killing the children?
Well, I've been known to go for a midnight Macca's run, and it's definitely killing me. I don't know about other people, but fucking disgusting.
It's disgusting stuff. Well, you know what is not disgusting? Heroes of the Storm are down under. So we got a big show online for last week just exploded in ANZ region. We had the let's call them the debacles over Outlaws in the Mickey Mouse Club, with interpretations of the rules apparently being changed, manipulated, which I'm sure is not the case, and we have an official ruling out there, so it's all in the open now. But gee, the star of the week, did it not look dicey for the ANZ region?
It was a little bit interesting, to say the least. It had a bit of controversy going on in the ANZ region with the rule interpretations. The penalties were handed out that weren't good enough, or apparently, and yeah, the massive hype surrounding the whole massive move from Dark-Sided pulling out of the hot seat, leaving 4 players pretty much to contend for themselves, with Hacky leaving to join Mickey Mouse Fan Club with Morton. Going
back to his traditional teammates as well. And we've already talked about on the show with the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse guys being a revitalization of the original Dark Side roster from when they split just towards the end of last year. So that was a bit of an interesting one. Darkside leaving the group. So let's get straight onto it. Darkside are gone. Is that a bad sign for the scene, or is it secretly good because the competitive play is so stressful that people are looking for the best teams possible? I don't know. Icebold, what is your thoughts on the Darkside predicament? They're not even predicament. They're gone. They're out. Good signs, bad signs.
Do they really gone though? DS are gone, but the DS spirit is still alive, just reformed.
Yes.
And to be fair, DS is just milkshake original. So
yep.
I can't really. For me,
just say it. They're just trash. It's just another trash team in a trash league.
No, it's milkshake. We all know that. They need time. And I can tell, the only thing I feel bad about them is about the Hacky approaching things. Hacky just joined the other team. When they try to get as much as experience they can get, and that's the shittiest timing ever. So I hope they do better, since I can tell from screams they are actually played way better than last year. But still have a long way to go.
Yep. It's actually getting better. So, Steve, what are your thoughts? I've got guys in the chat calling me a dickhead because they want your beautiful voice on the airwaves. What are your thoughts?
Fair enough. I just reckon that they got very lucky with the schedule. Those games with Hacky before he left. And, very lucky they didn't run into us too early.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Because that's an interesting point you raised, that the team, like you said, they're lucky that Hacky left. Are you saying that they're a bit of a carried team in the preseason? Is that what you're trying to say?
Who's not saying that? It's not an original thought. It's
been brought up before. Nice drama.
I haven't heard anyone verbalize it, but I feel like everybody knows that.
Everyone's saying that. I mean, that is savage. So That is very safe, and because they've already versed you guys in the league as well, so there's even no comebacksies for the moment. Because you were just saying that we're into
They have.
Oh, they haven't versed you.
I think that they didn't play us with Hacky, but then we're also playing Mickey Mouse Clubhouse this week too.
Yeah,
Mickey Mouse is very lucky that they got Hacky now. I'll just say that.
they called in the ringer. They rung him in just to come and defeat you guys. So when's your schedule tomorrow? Are you guys up first or second? I can't remember the order of games tomorrow.
I think it's second.
Second round, an explosive round, especially with the comments like that. Savage. We brought Icebolt on the show for savage comments like that, but nah, Steve's not letting down.
I just which team is Steve in?
I don't play, man. I'm Rich Gang.
He's the manager, team manager.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Team manager, Rich Gang.
But use whatever legal term you want.
So Rich.
So
Gang
the guy do
Mickey-
nothing basically.
Yeah, pretty much nothing.
Rich Gang Roadie.
Yeah, got it.
Wait, are you implying that Panda does nothing, Icebolt?
She need to feed the captain, or he die. We just disband. So
So the Macca's runs help, right?
yeah. We make sure the McDonald's fee got paid every week. There we go.
Yeah. So Rich
Is that-
Gang.
is that in
play
the
against
Outlaws
Mickey
contract?
Mouse.
Contra. Oh, wait. You know what? We're about to write it down. You know, just yeah. But they don't. They're not willing to pay McDonald's every week. So yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, sorry. Rich Gang play Mickey Mouse Clubhouse in round 1 tomorrow night. They won't be streamed because we opted to stream the round 2 game Disco, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse versus GG Go Next, which I don't know if you know is a pretty hyped up game to watch.
Well, that you could say that's the traders versus. I mean, it's a weird mix, right? It's like. This is the wrong term to say. It's the ancestral traders, brothers from another mother sort of situation concept where you've got what Vicarak, who's like super X Dark-sided, playing with Moops, who was only X Dark-sided, who now has Hacky, who's the most recent X Dark-sided. But then you got the guys on GG Next that kind of like, well, Hacky kind of, let's say Hacky rat fucked him a little bit, right? Right towards last week, a little bit of a rat fuck. Or was it 2 weeks? I can't remember. A little bit of a rat fuck right at the end. So, so yeah, tensions will be hyped up. Will be high between each one of them. So but we know actually on the note, we know going in tomorrow night, there's only 2 teams that are pre-qualified regardless of what happens, purely based on the point situation, and that's Rich Gang and GG Next, isn't it? I think when you do the numbers,
Yes.
and
Yeah, pretty sure.
shout out, by the way, you do it. Yeah, that's the right Rich Gang. Shout out to Coffee Hots, by the way. Coffee being a fantastic pillar of the community there and doing the numbers. I didn't check his numbers, so I hope he's right.
Well,
But
he's
doing the
got,
numbers.
Nah, it should be right.
spreadsheet that he's done up, doesn't he? That shows all the different combinations of possibilities and things like that. And
I just
That's
read
me.
I just read his tweet. I'll drop the tweet in chat for anyone who wants to go check it out. Really, there's only 3 games tomorrow that really are important, and that's anyone that's, was it Nekomimi, Downfall, or Quick Match Warriors. Oh, sorry, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Quick Match Warriors, and Neko Mimo, sorry.
Neko Mimi.
Mimi, sorry, I can't speak tonight. Yeah, Downfall, Mickey Mouse, Quick Match Warriors, and Neko Mimi. They're the 4 teams that tomorrow have a chance to actually stay in the top 5. 2 have already qualified, so there's only 3 from that list. So what is it? One team's going to miss out. Of let's say the top 5, or the top 6. One team's going to miss out.
At
Could
the
you-
moment, sorry, go on.
Could you post the list on the Skype or Discord or
Yeah,
somewhere?
sure.
I can't really
I'll,
open
I'll,
that.
I'll post the link for you, my friend.
Well, the Google Doc link doesn't open, so.
No, that's all right. Here, look at this one here. This is the current top 5. Obviously, we've already gone over it. Disco, Rich Gang, GG Go Next, Downfall Gaming, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and then Neko Mimi and Quick Match Warriors. That is top 6. Quick Match Warriors currently on 7 wins. They need to win all 3 of their games tomorrow night to be even a chance of making that top 5. at this stage, doing the quick math, Tingo Scrap, top 5 is set. I reckon Nekomimi going to make it because they only need to win one of their games to pretty much guarantee that they're going to stay in that top 5. It looks like Downfall and Mickey Mouse are going to stay, but we do need to take into consideration because we worked this out after the last week's tournament. The 2-point deficit that Mickey Mouse are going to take from the issues last week haven't been applied yet. So they're not currently live. That won't get applied until the end of the tournament. So if we technically put them, they're on 8 points. They're on 8 wins, not 10. Disco?
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, really. It really doesn't matter.
At the end of the day.
If they lose to GG Go Next.
See, well...
Because if they lose to GG Go Next...
They need to lose 2 games in a row.
Yeah, Steve's right, 2 games.
It's impossible. I don't see the possibility on that. Even though there's still a tiebreaker.
Yeah, there could be a tiebreaker.
And that's like...
on who it is that it's between.
They will qualify. There's no way they're not going to qualify. And they just basically approach one of the best mages in the region by not get punished. So I guess that's a worse still. Wondering why my team didn't do that, huh? Fucking literally 2 points is nothing. Like this is even worse than the rule itself. It just, you know what? Good job. There we go. There we go. There we go. What a good deal. There we go.
It's seen it like, do we fan the flames or do we just let it die out?
I don't know anymore. It's too confusing, Disco.
Well, I mean that's an interesting thing to bring up, that Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, so they did poach, for all intents and purposes, they poached Hacky from Darkside and Mordant, and they only got a 2-point penalization for it. Of course, that is because the consideration of the qualified teams versus the teams of actually playing in. They are a set of qualifying teams as opposed to Outlaws, which is a pre-qualified team. So it's all in the ruling, guys. Definitely check it out. Definitely go read it. It's a good read to get on the ground. But going into it, our top 5. Let's just do it. I mean, we can sit here. We can talk numbers. We all know pretty much who's going to be our top 5. Let's just ring her off. Rich Gang, we already know. GG Go Next, already know. Who's our next 3? Sorry, who's our next 3?
Downfall, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and Nekomimi.
All right, Steve. Steve, are you going to be different, or you just going to?
No, those 5.
Those 5. As well.
I'd love for Quick Match Warriors to make it in, but they're not going to make it in.
A wishful dream, but not confident. And Icebold Warrior. Icebold Water, sorry. I don't know what called your Warrior.
Warrior!
Who is in Quick Match Warrior? That's fuck. Who is in that team?
Quick Match Warriors consists of...
I need to find the form or something.
It's just hunting down. Sometimes it's so... They've done pretty well.
Mad Hacks, Sorelli, Leica, and Devalue.
No, they're gone. No, fuck that. No.
Down the drain.
They need to be really lucky. They need to be like... I don't know. They need to be on drug tomorrow to win everything. No, they just... No. It's a fairy tale story. No, I don't believe it. I really don't.
You don't believe the fairy tale?
I don't. I never believe in stories. No.
The perfect storm would be required for him to take that one away.
Well, if any of them play in Brisbane, then that might actually happen.
Oh.
Blackouts.
How is that at the moment? Like, is the blackout stable? Or is the power stable in Brisbane at the moment?
It depends on where you are, Disco, because there are a couple of suburbs around the Redlands area that don't have power and won't have power again until Wednesday.
Is there anyone we know that lives in those affected areas that have to play tomorrow night?
Not that I know of in any of the potentially qualifying teams.
Yeah. As much as we hate to say it, the teams that matter.
I mean, maybe Hacky. Maybe. He's in this area, sort of. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he'd have power by now, though.
Should be fine.
I mean, you just go to a friend's house or something if you didn't have power, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you just come to old Blanky's place and use his NBN, right?
Well, you'd do something, wouldn't you? Like you'd go, man, you know, this is This isn't just like getting into the weekend champion gift card tournament. This is this is getting into top 8 to go play in Latin America if you're super lucky and you pull it off. All right, so when the teams do qualify, going into it, what's the... I'm trying to say here. So tomorrow we'll discover who our top 5 are, which then makes our top 8 in the region. Going into it, is this all just a wasted... Let's call it like a wasted effort here, or has our like top 3 or 4 already been determined? Obviously, we have Outlaws, we have Crimson, and we have Nomia waiting for their turn to showcase their talents. Is this just going to, like, are we just really just, these guys top 5, are they really just fighting for literally position 5, position 6, position 7, 8, 9? Well, not 9, but 8. Or is there actually some real talent amongst these teams that are actually going to be able to push the Crimson, the Outlaws, and the Nomia? And I guess to an extent, we should say Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, because they essentially are just the Dark Side roster from last year. As we've seen, you know, sorry to go on for a little bit, but we've seen this previously in our region that, you know what, there really has just been a top 4. Is this going to change? I know, Steve, is this going to change? Is Rich Gang the team to do it?
I mean, clearly Rich Gang is the best team in the region. Fish is the greatest player I've ever seen play the game.
Yep. Hands down.
So,
hands down.
What they want to do, but at the end of the day, we're going to see what happens.
Nice.
I'd personally refer to Icebold's opinion here on the other teams that are qualifying. Icebold, do you think any of these other teams that are qualifying for top 8 have any chance of knocking out the likes of the top 4?
I mean, all of our teams have weak links. Just how bad they are. That's really the question. And you know what? If I put down examples, then we'll be fucking calling people's names, and that will be really bad.
Let's avoid that.
Yeah, Rich Gan. I liked Rich Gan originally, since I know Booty and Fash both on the team at Jim Jam, right? And I don't really worry about them, but I don't feel they're gonna go really far. Basically, they have no tank. Yes, they have no tank. Basically, they have no tank.
I guess to make it simple, so we don't narrow down too much to a particular person on a particular team, on a particular role, that there's only a singular person that plays the role. Are we always going to have this divide in the Premier League where it's the top 3 versus the bottom 5? Like, is that going to be... Is that always going to be a split? You know, the Outlaw, Nomia, Crimson versus... You know, it's really just them, you know, murdering the chaff as they come through. Just try and simplify it, so we're not...
I can...
Or is this literally going to be the most competitive season of ANZ Hots yet?
I think it will be. I mean, Icebold, do you agree?
I feel next season will be. Season will be. This season, everyone has the weakest link. Like, everyone just have something so bad in each team, even my team. Like, just every team will. It's either no experience or they have no key player. It just like each team we're talking about here, we need some good players, right? Let's say, I can just go through really fast. Like Rich Gan, they have Fash. Like they have Jim Jam, they have Deuces, right? GG Go Next just lost Hacky, so I'm really not sure about that. Hacky is gone. Downfall have Shrek is love, right? The support player, right? Shrek is so good at support at the moment, and there we go. He basically carry like half of the team fight, like literally. Like Mickey Mouse is DS is like 0 goals, and they got DS. Nico Mimi is Nico Mimi is legit. They have like. Let's skip that. Now forget it.
Let's quickly, Icebold. Let's quickly touch on Neko Mimi. But Neko Mimi have had some changes. They lost Mitzi. Little bit of controversy around that. Let's just slide past that for a second.
Yes.
They've brought on a couple new players, but one of those players may be here right now. And I have to ask the question.
I'm not playing blank. I haven't been asked to play yet.
No, not you. I have to ask the question, guys. Where the fuck is Amur.
Right here.
Oh, is that Amur?
It is.
On voice. We have a quick special guest, Amur, on voice comms only, no video camera. Amur, good sir, how are you going this evening?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So Blank's pulled you on this show for a special reason. So let's continue, Blank.
So Amur, you're new to Nekomimi, right?
Yep.
You've only played the one game with them. You guys played a really solid game in that last game you played last week, one that was streamed. Do you think, like, we pretty much already talked about it, Icebold, Steve. We've talked about that they're probably going to qualify Nekomimi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that they're going to be any sort of competition in the top 8?
That's my opinion, or
That's your opinion.
look, I think maybe if we can get some practice and scrims in, but the sudden lineup change has been pretty hard. Quality's been on a cruise, and everyone's been a bit busy, but I don't know, we're pretty hopeful.
What do you think, Icebold? Do you think that they have any hope in hell?
They have quality.
They have quality.
They win half of the game.
Is that a compliment or not?
I always say that. I fucking hate quality. But
Tell us how you really feel.
he can play support. There we go. Like, I don't give a fuck if he is competitive. He can play the role. Hopefully he buy a mic. Send him a mic. Someone, please.
Send him a mic.
Please.
You know, instead of prize money, you could just send him a mic and it would fix all the problems.
Well, obviously, yes. And there we go. Like, I don't care about anything, and there we go. And all other players, I mean, I watched the game when you guys watched Rich Scan last time. It was just... It's hurt. You know, it's hurt. I mean, it's hurt. I mean, the ETC was good. There we go. The ETC was normal, above our average, whatever. It's good. Then we have Guda and just got dive C and no one cares about it. It just hurts me. Like, no one cares about Stompy as a game. No one cares about her. I don't know why. Save her. Like, I mean, it's sad. But
I think what happened was we just got a bit cocky because Leoric was just running it down for half the game, and we just thought he'd keep doing it, but eventually he
Yes, and yes, I believe you're gonna qualify, but it just, I mean, if you qualify, you have more time to practice, so there we go, whatever. Since you just got a new roster and you already pull like a close game to reach again, there we go.
Well, Quality was in the Twitch chat just then, Disco, and he wanted us to ask about when ETC went in and moshed on the Immortal.
Oh, God.
Oh no. That's me, basically.
I mean, it could have hit, like, if the Immortal, if the NPC didn't, lend a helping hand, probably would have hit the mosh, but maybe I should have moshed a bit south of the Immortal. It was just a lot of adrenaline pumping.
It was a really close game. Disco, let's get back on track. Thanks for joining us, Amir. Really appreciate you jumping in and giving us a couple of insightful thoughts on where Nekomimi may go and how they go. We're just about to start talking about voice chat. Disco.
Yeah. So moving on. So that was HG, very fiery, guys. Tomorrow night, check it out. It's on the Blizz_ANZ channel on Twitch. Make sure you get onto the action. Well, action starts. 8? Is it 8 p.m. ADT, or is it an hour earlier? I can never remember. I think it's 7. 8 or 7.
8 ADT, yeah.
8 ADT. What a good time to be alive. Check it out, guys. It's your top 5 qualifying tomorrow.
Yes.
It will be big. I think everyone's getting a shot at casting tomorrow as well. I think there's some rotation things happening.
Yeah.
So that's going to be pretty exciting.
Does that mean we're going to see Diskin Kerr casting tomorrow night?
I cast like 2 weeks ago.
I know, but again.
Well, yeah, I guess
I'm
so.
excited.
I guess so, hopefully. Unless they tell me tell me to pack my bags and go. Sorry, Disco, we found people who actually know how to play the game, the cast. I'm sorry. Is there any other, just before we go on to talk about voice comms and its potential implications to Heroes of the Storm, any last thoughts on the HGC tomorrow night, the preseason?
I'm good.
All right, let's just moving straight on. We're talking about voice comms, an amazing new feature coming to Heroes of the Storm. Everyone was so excited. It was on the PTR. It was getting ready, but it never hit the live servers. No. And why is that? Well, there's myths a concern that a voice comms is actually going to be very detrimental to the game, promote a culture of toxicity, and or basically be a destructive force for destroying the minority groups in Heroes of the Storm, and providing an unfair competitive advantage to those who use it as opposed to those that don't. Interesting. It's an interesting topic because let's all get the first thing out. Is voice comms a good thing for Heroes of the Storm?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, 100% agreed. Ice bold. You've been quiet there. Did you say yes?
It's good for hearts. It's good for hearts. It's shit for Hero League.
Everything, yeah. I love it. I love the way Ice bold, man. The way you talk, it's like everything is on the cusp of being fucking savage.
No.
All right, so it's a good thing. It's a good thing for Heroes of the Storm, but of course it's going to introduce a little bit of toxicity, because I don't know if you guys realize this, but there's some shit that goes down in chat during a Heroes League game, during any game. What are your takes on these concerns? Are these valid concerns? Are they valid concerns, and are they concerns enough that we should not implement voice comms?
I personally think it's better than people AFK chatting and throwing games. At least if they're talking, they're playing at the same time, sort of thing.
Yep. Yeah, we definitely have like the throws going on because you're in the middle of typing a sentence and something goes down, or even in the middle of a team fight. I don't, Steve. What is it toxic? Is it going to breed toxicity?
Well, people just need to, like, if you hear a woman's voice on the game, just, like, move on. Like, don't say anything. You don't need to say anything. It's actually a disaster every time I play a game with a woman and some cunt feels the need. Sorry, there's some person feels the need to say something. Second of all, not everyone's an alpha male like me and Ice Bowl. Like, people aren't going to hop on the mics and start flaming en masse.
Yeah.
Clear to say stuff in chat than over voice. Run. I think I'm worried about, really.
You know, we're gonna have
like,
less people just typing essays and AFK somewhere on the map, and we're gonna have more people just be like try to blame other people when they actually the issue, and you will find more people be like, "You guys are so bad. Let's just go in and die instantly. But fuck you all and just quit." Like, we're gonna have those people now. Like,
Don't we already have those people?
we
do, but you're gonna know, okay? Like, now with calm, you don't know. Before you will be like, you see someone just all of a sudden standing there after you type something, right? And you're gonna be like, you're gonna type an essay, and you're gonna be mad, and he will quit. Like,
Well,
but now you
forget,
don't.
There's a massive thing about the voice comms. It is still optional. Like, you don't have to have voice comms. It's available. Like,
But people
when
when people get really mad, they will join it and just hear what you're gonna say. Like, and make them even worse.
But the flip there with the voice comms is, let's say, especially something in Hero League, is that if you opt out of voice comms, the team that stays in it technically does have a competitive advantage.
Better advantage, yeah.
That is the argument. Is that agreeable?
Actually, yeah, that's agreeable. Yeah.
It is agreeable.
So what's the and you know, and I don't think this is an easy topic to discuss or even talk about, because we're 100% right. It's a good feature coming to Heroes of the Storm, but it will incite a new level of toxicity. So I guess our question might be, what's okay? What's an okay level of toxicity?
I mean, toxicity has been around since the original Dota. Like, in my opinion, people being toxic to the new players is what made the new players get better, because they just don't want to get raged at anymore. Like, that's the ideal, like, outcome of being toxic. Like, most people who are toxic would agree. But, like, I mean, Dota already has voice comms, and that game's thriving, isn't it? So I don't think it's going to be, like, a killer of the game. I mean, an already dead game. Yeah, I think it's good because people won't sit there typing. They'll pop off on comms. Yeah, it'll be toxic, but they'll still do shit. So
I guess the big thing is that it's not going to make people toxic. But I guess on the flip side, it's not going to make people toxic. But now it's a new targeting mechanism, right? Is if you hear a girl's voice or you hear a minority's voice, you hear something a different racial ethnicity. Is that a terminology? I don't know.
Do we really want to go down this path in conversation?
this is dangerous road.
I don't know if this is a safe conversational topic to take.
But this is the thing. This is something to address, though. Is that
it is?
We're talking about people saying oh, it's not going to make people more toxic, but the difference is it's actually opening up a whole new level. It's not like someone that types may be a coward on voice comms. Someone who is not toxic on in just typing may actually have a instant I don't know. It's a weird one. I don't know. I'll just shut up for a while.
That's so true, though. Yeah.
I think you're right in some aspects. I mean, yes, there is people out there that are going to be that way inclined, but that's voice comms isn't going to change that. They were always going to be those kind of people.
Yeah.
I think the voice comms will make it easier or make it harder for people to be toxic, only because you have your voice there now. You have to actually physically, verbally speak as opposed to just keyboard worrying the fuck out of the game.
That's very true.
Yeah, that's smart.
It's something that most, let's be honest, most keyboard warriors aren't those that talk, aren't those that are comfortable talking in that sort of respect. They're not confrontational people. Like, that's a bold statement.
Oh, more like everyone in the Sydney final last year. Just be nice to everyone. They're just fucking trash talk after they come back. Jesus.
But what about penalty system? Like people get silenced for talking because there's a record of their text and all that. But with voice, do they record it to the server? Like, how does anybody get busted for being toxic on comms?
I think this is something that someone brought up on the Twitterverse, right? I read it on the internet, so it must be true. So I have no idea if it's validated or not. But Blizzard have been really quiet on, let's say, like their voice comm policy outside of what already exists, which a lot of their current policies were kind of created prior to the development of voice comms or voice comms feature in a lot of their games. So that's kind of what a lot of people are wondering. And it is a lot of data. When you start recording voice and keeping it on record, not only is there a lot of data, but I think there's also the rules that govern the collection of voice communications. There's a big element behind that. It's actually an interesting discussion point that I'm not going to get into because it'll bore you all. I actually used to work for the Department of Defence, so I used to know all the Australian and New Zealand laws based around storing that sort of stuff. Do you know you can just go and read it? It's in our constitution. It's great.
Pretty good.
It is great.
I don't want to rush us through this, but I'm pretty sure that we've covered that topic well enough. The voice communication.
Final thoughts, Blake. We'll do the final thoughts on voice comms. It's the best way to do it. Icebolt. Final thoughts. Final thoughts on both voice comms.
Oh, I can't wait to hear those silver shit fucking to talk rather than type. Oh god.
Icebolt, you can tune into my channel whenever you want, mate, and listen to me.
Well, as long as you're not in my game, so whatever.
All right, Steve, your final thoughts on voice comms. Are we all going to hell?
I'm excited for it. Like, actually made me want to play the game again, so Ken.
All right, that's good. And Blank as the third male, the third man. I'm asking his question too.
Third man. I think it's going to be good for the game. Speaking about someone that pretty much only does use voice comms, Amur, do you have any thoughts on that, or is it final thoughts?
Well, for me personally, it's either going to result in me getting more silence than ever, or it's not going to get me silenced again. Depends how they penalize it. Because I don't know, maybe it'll make me less toxic because people will hear my voice and be like listening when I say go in instead of just having to rely on that ping and just the possibility of them just zoning out, not reading the screen sort of thing.
Sounds good.
It's all positive all around. All right, fantastic. So that's voice comms. I always like to say in these situations is that we should never be scared of the negative effects of technology or progress. We should always be looking at the positive and what things we can achieve from it, what can be outcome from it, and fix the problems as they arise. So, do you know what time it is? It's time for massive moments. This is the week in of amazing things that have come up from viewers. Guys, we'll get a straw poll set up in a second so you can vote on what is your favorite massive moment this week. Let's I don't know. Let's take it away. Blank. Unfortunately, there's none of the ones you put in there, mate. Except the Fesh one. I already grabbed that.
Fine.
Hint, hint, nudge,
good,
nudge.
good.
All right. Massive moments.
Now Fish, doing whatever he can. He jumps and he's a madman. He's an absolute madman.
He gets a kill. Oh, they're still going for it. Skibby, they're slowly starting to turn this one around. No mana on quality. Fish gets another kill.
Alright, come in, watching the H. Whoa, what the f? Ah! Good as the We can't do that.
Yeah, take that, just.
KT's coming up. You got makeup?
No, I don't.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yes! Nice.
Oh my god! He blocked himself out! Oh, Aaron, you poor bastard! And I was standing on the only
Is that you, Daddy?
I might have been the last bit.
Oh, golden.
There was this week's massive moments, guys. If something amazing happens to you in Heroes of the Storm, please send your replays through to disconcur@gmail.com. Drop by my Discord server, drop a link in the HOTS channel, or if you clipped it because you're watching a streamer, send it my way. The big things that have happened this week in just people playing the ANZ Heroes game. Voting is now open, guys. In the chat, let us know what was your favorite massive moment from this week. And that brings us very closely, well, it brings us not very closely, to the end, to our final topic for Heroes Untapped this week. And that is, of course, a lovely new patch note has come out. I messed it up. I messed up my notes a little bit just looking at the thing.
Oh, not quite.
A little bit.
You were talking about the new patch, but you're mentioning about the new patch that they haven't brought out voice comms yet.
No, not yet, but we did have...
Not this patch.
We had a new hero drop, Maev. Who cares? She can't be played in the ANZ Preseason this week. She's already been nerfed once. I'm sure she'll get nerfed again. Actually, how is that? Release a hero 2 days later, Blizzard drops a nerf. And they're still super. It's like, wow, Blizzard... Steve, I got a question for you. All right, so do you know what a PTR is? Like a PTR server, public test realm server, yeah. So if you had something that you didn't want to send out live because you weren't sure it was finished yet, if you put it onto the PTR, what would you be doing with the information from the PTR?
Probably be using it to tweak, make some changes.
Make some changes before releasing the new content of the new hero.
I think that's what I do. I'm not an expert, so don't take,
Yeah. You're only guessing here.
Blizzard and me, very far apart on that, but yeah, that's what I do.
So I have to ask the question, why do we see this all the time from Blizzard? They put something on the PTR, and I see they reduced some of the armor on her trait. I can't remember the trait's called, but on a trait or whatever. Or, no, on a... Whatever, they did something.
Yeah,
and
they
then
removed her armor on a trait.
And then 2 days later, it's like, oh, no, we decided she's way too powerful, so we've removed it. Like, we've nerfed her again. It's like, what was the week on the PTR for? If 2 days later you've had to nerf the character because apparently the numbers are wrong.
Well, I'd like to know how strong she was in the fucking PTR if they released her after nerfing her before she went live.
It was only a minor adjustment. I think one of her abilities was giving her armor. She no longer, like, from PTR to live, she lost a little bit. And then a couple of days ago, she lost it all.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. But
So I'm saying PTR is actually for bug testing only.
Well, we've talked about this so many times. How many bugs, Disco, have made it through PTR to live? The Falstad bug, the medic bug. What do we call him? Apologies, I'm pretty sure we called him Steve, actually. The indie developer that was working on these issues that didn't actually fix the issues, just said, "Oh yeah, that'll be fine," and let them go through to live.
I'm just reading chat. I'm getting some flamed. I think PTR should be looking at our stats values as well, guys. But looking at that, they ignore this. They still haven't gotten rid of the Jaina Gate exploit yet. I saw Diablo.
You're a Jaina Gate exploit.
Oh, it's probably just something stupid that I should be exploiting that I'm not. Do you see that even Diablo? His the character's been out for like 3-4 years now, and his charge has got messed up, and his displacement gets wrong on some positionings. Anyway, sorry, this is going on with that. More importantly, they introduced a new feature called the Target Info Panel.
Yes.
Anyone use that? Icebolt, do you use...
So top left corner when you left click someone?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so useless. It's good for the coach, I guess. But for the player, I barely use it. In game, I barely use it.
Yeah,
I really don't use it.
It's so fast. Like during the game, like you have no time to sit there and study the information about something.
Yeah, it's just in game. You're not like knowing your attack damage is 84.876. Not gonna help you to win the goddamn game. It's like you're not gonna watch it. You'll be like, oh wait, you're gonna look at the number when you attack someone, right? You're gonna literally just look at the number shows on their body.
Yeah.
That's it. So leave that to the coach, leave that to the manager. There we go.
It's obviously a feature that's in replay, isn't it? So I think it might be useful in replay,
obviously.
but what an interesting one. I don't know who was calling that, who was asking for the Target Info Panel. Interesting one. I don't know, Steve. Do you play Volskaya Foundry much?
Oh, favorite map, dude.
It's your best favorite map. Wow, you must be the only person.
I'm a highly competitive player, so obviously I love that one.
The secret sleeper strats on it. What do you think about the Protector, the most useless objective in the game is probably now the most powerful objective in the game?
It's pretty strong.
Just gonna speed the games up, I guess. Like that map goes forever, and now it just won't. I don't know.
One Protector to core. So
the
what
massive changes, Disco.
Like
sorry, the Trigger Protector basically now when you have a second person in it, because previously you could have one person in it, switch between the two roles of the gunner and the driver, and driver yourself essentially, and do a lot of damage. But it was still pretty weak. It was a weak and stupid objective. Most people ignored it anyway. The big change they made was if you have two people in the objective now, the Trigger Protector has an extra 10% armor and 25% damage, which is pretty huge, and it scales a lot faster as well. So essentially a level 10 Triglov can push to core if you've got two people in it and you're playing the game right. Or if you're playing the game how it previously was.
Well, just the fact it's doing 25% increased damage, just that alone is a massive number for structures, for minion waves, for heroes. Like, it doesn't matter what you hit, right? Hey, let's go get the Merc camp with the Protector, right? We've got enough time. As we rotate up to the top lane, we'll just grab ourselves a Merc camp as well. Because it's not quite that insane, but...
Not to mention the Gatling gun, which we had some issues previously, is now a lot better tuned, so that does a lot more damage, essentially, over the long term. The Rocket Fist does more stun. The stuns for 4 seconds instead of just 2, which is pretty cool. And the health has been increased.
Yeah. So it's just become a bigger and sturdier piece, the Protector. So that's probably one of the most significant changes in this patch, is the protector itself on Volsky Industries, Foundries, sorry. So guys, when you play on that map, hey, guess what? It's actually worth it now. So drop all those strategies about just ignoring it. It's actually worthwhile. But one thing more I want to highlight, because we're going into the pre-season tomorrow, we play on live here in the ANZ region. Mouthfield has had some changes. Genji's had some changes. Greymane and also Hanzo. These are all, except Mouthfield, he's fallen off a little bit. These are all pretty much like top representation in competitive play. What do these changes really mean for tomorrow's drafting? Are Hanzo and Greymane out the door?
Right, I don't think so. What do you think, Lahal?
Lahal?
Not Lahal, sorry, fucking Icebold. Lahal Bold.
Icebold. What does your captain Lahal think about these changes?
Yes, that's what I meant, Disco. Thank you.
I feel there will be less Hanzo. But Hanzo is really hard to pull off if you're not on the objective team maps. So.
Yeah.
Greymane nerf kind of hurts him a lot. Like, maybe the Radiance don't say it's a lot, but it's a lot. I feel there will be Greymane picked, but let's not forget Cassia still exists in this game. So you pick Cassia, Greymane is literally out of the map straight away. Mouse is a new top OP, I should say that. Knowing how ANZ play everything slow as hell, then I think Marcel will be picked every game if you're good enough. I'm not expecting a Go team gonna pick Marcel just because it's good. Like, no. What else was the other one? Genji is Genji.
Yeah.
Genji. As long as they're not gonna nerf the E damage to like half of the damage of what they should be, then he's fine. Like,
because I mean the biggest change is really it's just harder to keep the Dragon Blade going. It's like the massive change.
It's level 20. Like level 20 is basically none. Like if you hit level 20 as Genji, you don't really care about that 0.5 because you're probably gonna kill someone before that. Then when that is finished,
you're hoping to have closed the game. Like the game's already in its final
yeah. One someone should die or you should die. So someone should die. I don't care who. Can I just shout out to like can they buff Stitches just for a little bit? Maybe just 1 HP is good enough for me. Just can they actually just do it, please?
Just like to physically say this patch Stitches was buffed by 1.
By 1 HP. There we go. Like I just want that hero to be buffed a little bit, just a little.
Steve,
or nerfed.
Steve, like, what are your thoughts on the Lord of Death being resurrected? The Lord of Death or the God of Death? God of Death.
God of Death.
Being reascended.
We're talking about Mouthfield?
Mouthfield.
Oh,
Lord of Death.
Yeah, thanks, Blank. I was extremely lost.
Yes, Lord of Death.
I don't know. It's good. It's bad. I'm not a player. I don't know.
You don't care. I don't care how they fucking win as long as they fucking win.
That's it.
Oh, sorry. He's the Angel of Death. I'm sorry. Okay. I stand corrected.
Yeah, I don't know. Who cares?
He
kills people, right?
He's the thing that dribbles out of the angelic gate in Diablo. All right, so it's I mean, so that's the big changes that Genji, Greymane, and Hanzo have had. Little tweaks in more of a negative direction. Not necessarily saying that they are now weaker, but they definitely aren't producing the same numbers they were last time. Genji probably still a little bit safe, but with the rise of Maev, that's not in tomorrow's game, but in future competitions, that maybe might see Genji die off a little bit. But Mouthfield is probably the big winner. Rejoice, all you Mouthfield players! You can now cleave. Your normal attacks now cleave and produce Reaper's Mark, is it?
Reaper's Mark.
How good is that? That's fucking.
Not
shit.
to mention the extra width on his E is pretty cool as well.
D. Oh, I did. Sorry, W. Yep.
His E, yes. Just go, not his D. His D is not extra wide. Moving right past all of that, we're pretty much at the end of the show, Daddy. Speaking of Daddy, do we have any Daddy's mailbag this week?
No, unfortunately, that is the sack remains empty.
Daddy's sack remains empty.
That's right. I put my hand in deep, gave it a few tugs, but could not find anything. Could not find anything to could not get anything to come out of the bag, out of the sack. Not tonight. Are there any questions, any comments, and anything in chat about the current state of Heroes of the Storm? We'd love to know your guys' thoughts on Heroes. Drop it in the chat now, or please.
Yes. As Disco said, any questions? If you have any questions for Steve, Icebold, or Amur, myself, or Disco, please post them in chat now while we're wrapping up. Fesh apparently said today at 9:23 p.m. "Hot sucks," which is probably not the best comment for a player that's about to qualify for Premier League.
It's so true, though.
Yeah, yeah.
It is pretty true.
Only
It's not
EuroLeague.
the truth.
EuroLeague does suck.
Heroes
Just
League is
concur.
amazing.
Fesh wants you to give him a shout out, please.
Fesh, hey, just gonna give me a shout. Big shout out to my boy Fesh, coming across playing a little bit of Heroes of the Storm. I wish him a good luck in his future endeavors as the #1 sexiest player in Heroes of the Storm.
Where do you get sexiest from?
I don't know. His name's Fesh.
I thought I kinda was the sexiest player in Heroes of the Storm.
He's not in ANZ anymore. He's over in Europe.
Yeah.
Azura is a pretty attractive man. I have to admit.
I love Azura. We all love Azura.
But Fesh. Anyway, the question is: Amur really a feeble doll?
That's not really a question.
mental note. I need to I need to mentally read these before I read them out.
Is Amur a feeble dog?
Who asked that? Where do I read this? Like, what channel?
Oh, this is just the Twitch chat, my friend.
Twitch.tv /
I'm not on the Twitch.
Is that
So he's just sitting here in comms listening to us talk, has no idea what chat is saying about him.
I don't. To answer the question, simply put, no.
all right,
I'm not a
guys?
feeble dog.
Well, and of course you're not. All right, guys, that's it. We're going to wrap up the show. The questions. We're wrapping up the show. Steve, thank you very much for coming on the show tonight. I hope you had a great time.
Had a blast.
Where can people get in contact to talk with you, Steve? Because they want to know your hairdresser. They want to know where you buy your clothes from. They want to know what
Things
size
like it.
condoms you take. Where can they get in contact with you, good sir?
Follow me on Twitter at PoopSteveYT. Happy to answer any questions about.
I'm glad that we lost him at the end of that sentence. I don't know what the questions were that he was going to answer.
He don't want you to find him.
All of them.
He doesn't want you to find him. But pretty sure he said at Twitter, PoopSteveYT.
All right, and Icebold, what about yourself, good sir? Where can people get in contact if they want to get more savage comments from the ANZ regions from the best slinger there is in the West?
ANZ chat.
Okay,
I barely even. I mean, I barely even talk in the chat now.
Oh, you did after that bronze game, though.
Yeah, no. Well, to be fair, he starts a conversation. I don't really want to talk to him. I block him right after he say 2 sentences because I was like, nah, this is happening again. I block him.
Yep.
So
that was a funny combo.
Should I just be one of the nerds and be like, if you want to reach me out, please go to my official Outlaws Twitter.
Please send all inquiries.
Find me through my manager at Pandemonium. for some business inquiries. Oh, I love this thing.
PMU?
Oh god.
Oh wow, Panda!
God,
nice work, nice work.
But
good management from the Outlaws manager there, Panda.
It's at Boywater or ANZ, Discord, wherever. I believe people don't want to find me anyway, so there we go. Yeah.
Beautiful.
What if Disco? What if people have the question, where the fuck is Amur?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Who cares? No, Amur. We've got you sitting there on voice comms, mate. What do people want to talk to the invisible voice himself, Amur? Where can people get in contact with you, good sir?
I don't have a Twitter, so just DM me. if you want to get in contact. Why would you though?
Do people even know your Twitter name? Or sorry,
I don't have
Discord-
Twitter.
No, your Discord name or
Oh,
your in-game name
Actually,
anymore.
we better not share what my Discord name is. It's a bit
Is it John?
No, it's a poo, but I'm not going there. I'll tell me why blank.
It's John. It's John. No,
John.
Just make it John. End of the day, everyone's John.
All right, and finally, last but not least, the Blank. Good sir. What about yourself? Thank you very much for coming to the show. Been amazing. Where can people go and talk to Blank Hots? In fact, if you guys stick around, we'll be throwing a raid over to Blank's Hots channel if you are playing the stream.
Oh, I'm actually started searching Hero League already because I know the game queue is going to be so bloody long.
Oh mate, after this
queue it
game,
up, queue it up.
We're gonna have like about 40 people flood the Hero League. They're so excited and moist for it after this.
Well, I'm pretty keen to get in the game. So let's start our 10-minute queue now, and you can find me over at twitter.com/blankhots, twitch.tv/blankhots, facebook.com/blankhots_ANZ, and a lot of numbers after youtube.com. In-game I'm Blank. Disco, where can we find you aside from here?
Just Google search Disco, you'll find me. Or Disconcur, I should say. No, I'm Disconcur on everything: Twitter, Facebook, social medias, websites, birth certificates, whatever. Name is Disconcur. Thank you all very much. You've all been amazing. Thanks for another exciting episode of Heroes Untapped.
Disco,
And-
before we leave.
Oh God, what?
You haven't told us who won the massive moments.
I don't know.
on our straw poll.
Do people even vote in that anymore?
Yeah, there were a lot of votes. There were 28 votes this time, Disco.
Shit, I'm not used to it. I'm not used to the thing. Fesh, the madman himself, has come on top. Your play of being the amazing Grey
thanks
Mane.
God. Thanks God. It's not the Catty Girls one. Oh God. Jesus. No, I was watching that.
Massive shout out to Fesh. Fesh, you were a fucking god Greymane in that game. That team fight, holy shit, you did well. Disco, again, let's finish off. Where are you? Where are you? You're in Disco everywhere. Disconcur Twitch, Disconcur Facebook, Disconcur fucking YouTube. Anywhere it is, it's Disconcur.
It is.
I'm keen for tomorrow night. Are you keen for tomorrow night?
I'm excited for the HGC, guys. Get ready. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. AUDT. That's Sydney time. On Blizzard_ANZ, their Twitch channel, twitch.tv.
Can we get Ice Bowl to do a hoot 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 hoot?
Oh God, Jesus.
Take us out, Lightbolt. Take us out.
Should I just be like finish everything and just quit Discord, do my own thing now?
Just go hoot 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 hoot. Come on, you got this way. You got this. You started this.
Alright, yeah, I started this. Alright, let's make this. Okay. I'm hoping tomorrow Rich Gang gonna come out at first. I hope they not int and not just die randomly. And I'm out.
Yes.
All right, thank you guys. You've been amazing. We'll catch you guys later.